I'm gonna finish some thoughts actually I had last time, or thoughts I should say that I didn't include last time. I think I pretty much said 95% of what I wanted to say about the game, except like I think like this last little bit. I would have highly recommended this game to almost anybody, even remotely interested in ARPGs, or even as like your first ARPG. The only thing that gives me pause is, of course, the shop being what it is, and all this mobile gaming BS and a fully priced, even actually more than fully priced game at $70, which is ridiculous considering it should only be $60. I don't believe in the whole $70 is the new norm BS. And if you're gonna charge 70, this game is one of the few games where I would have said 70. Okay, it's good, and they did a lot of good stuff, and they obviously put a lot of good work into this game. However, the part they lose me is obviously all this. Now, this is Activision, Blizzard King. Activision being the big thing there, King being the other big thing. A lot of people say Blizzard, you can't, it's not fair to lump them in. No. They're Activision, Blizzard King, that's it. Blizzard has not been Blizzard for a long time. They're dead. Activision killed them. That's all there is to it. If you enjoy Blizzard games still, by all means, hey, look at me, I'm playing Diablo 4. You know, I'm not going to say anything as far as that. But this is not... In a $70 game, this is BS. 1000%, no argument BS. On top of the fact they've already announced the Battle Pass on top of this. Those two things, this game should have been free. If you're going to have this, the game should have been free. That's the only way you justify this. And by the way, we all know they're going to pay. You're going to have to pay for expansions too. You know, the reason why Path of Exile gets away with this, it's a completely free game. You don't have to pay for expansions. There you go. I could even see this game potentially have been like even like Game of the Year kind of contender, but this completely knocks it out for me. Just this alone, not even the Battle Pass. This alone does it. It's sad because otherwise, as I was playing Friends the other day, we were talking. This game otherwise, for an ARPG that is trying to be beginner / intermediary friendly game that you can get into, sink your teeth into, really explore, really try things out, and really just enjoy yourself. It does so many things well. It is extremely unfortunate and sad to see this BS. It is completely just... this is more than the game. This is more than the game. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's all as far as that. Any last thoughts? I guess it's, you know, the world we live in, it's like you can't have these type of games anymore. You can't have another Diablo 2 that doesn't have this, I guess.
Let me show you more, traveler.
Like another Diablo 2 is not possible. It's not. And what I mean by that is not necessarily all the intricacies that make Diablo 2, but you can't just have a nice, good, well-made game by a what they're called as AAA publishers or of the like. Most of them anyway. Few outliers are out there, they do exist, but I think this is unfortunately... Oh, that's the last part. I did remember something. This is unfortunately the reality, unless there's regulation to stop this type of shit in fully priced games. You want to make your game have this kind of microtransaction BS? I'm all for regulation that say, well, then you have to make your game free to play then. I'm done. I used to be against regulation in the video game industry because I thought, and this was years ago, I've been for regulation for a long time now. I thought that the video game industry could kind of regulated stuff because consumers would buy more into good games than shit. Unfortunately, neurodivergence and other things going on make it so that people with certain addictions, certain problems, they're being preyed on by companies like Activision Blizzard King and stuff like this that needs to be regulated. You should not be allowed, in my mind, to offer anything near $100 for currency in your game. Just flat out. I would argue the most fair thing I can think of, just off the top of my head, this right here, $10, should be the max somebody can buy in your game per month for currency. Or equivalent. Like, you shouldn't be able to spend more than this on a game per month. And that would include subscriptions. So, like World of Warcraft, even though that's been the way it's been for years, and you pay for expansions, now they added microtransactions on top of that, I would be okay if regulation came down and said you can only spend this much per month on a game. In a game, they can only accept so much money from you. I mean, there might be better options, but... And there are people that maybe like, well, I like being able to buy this, that, blah, 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 and it's just like... If you're not the target, you don't understand. And what I mean by that, if you're not susceptible to these kinds of practices to where you can completely control your spending, you don't have to do, spend your money on this, you don't understand. And even if you are one of those people, why would you want this? I have not bought any of these. I have not bought any cosmetics. I don't want this in the game. This adds nothing to me. This has no value. And people that maybe can't even play this game because they have to stay away from stuff like this, why would you want to keep a game from people that otherwise could enjoy a good game and have a good time with it? I read a comment, and I'm going to leave with this because this was such a good comment. I can't remember the name of the person who said it. Such a good comment, though. But it used to be that the biggest advantage of home console gaming was consoles before PC. So it was the biggest advantage to home console gaming used to be that you didn't have to constantly feed the machine quarters in order to keep playing the game. We've reverted back to that, to where it's significantly worse in arcade days. And back then, those days kind of made sense. This makes no sense. The biggest advantage to home gaming used to be you don't have to keep feeding quarters into the machine. Think about that.